And we're in overtime. What's them, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas May, for the second time. If you are on the audio podcast or not, you're here seeing me for the first time with
Nico Williams, baby.
Yeah, we got a subject. We going overtime with a good one today. Which Undertaker? What's the best Undertaker?
That's a good one. You want my thoughts first? I gotta go first on this one.
You go first if you want to, man.
All right, it's hard. I'm split between two. One comes because of a video game, and the other becomes of the Attitude Era. So, and I'm gonna tell you who wins it. Undertaker with the purple socks on his leg with the black non-slip shoes on.
So you going with the old school Undertaker, the first one?
That Undertaker was cool because they had that Super Nintendo WWF in your house. Yeah. They had that for Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. And boys, Undertaker used to have the moves for you. Undertaker used to be the hardest one on that game. Shout out to Shawn Michaels and Dink the Clown or Doink the Clown. And then that Stone Cold versus Undertaker SummerSlam.
That's what I'm picking.
That's my guy.
I'm picking the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. The one with that song, that beat when after the nigga shit done. That's some.
And he had the acolytes with him. Well, he had people come with him too, right?
Yeah, he had big Viscera. I remember he looked like he ripped his eyes out or something. Then he started putting people on crosses. He kidnapped Stephanie McMahon.
What a storyline. That was a good storyline.
Bro, and then he would like walk around and like that's the Attitude Era. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I'm biased because it's the Attitude Era Undertaker. That's when he had Stone Cold on the cross and he was flipping them off and cussing while he was hanging up.
And like they literally fought that SummerSlam. It wasn't about a real beef. It was, I just want to see who's the best fighter. And I was like, okay, they taking it to anime for me because they did have some back and forth a little bit.
Was that when was in the cell when he busted him open?
He did bust him open.
Oh, that's the cell when he hit him with that thing.
So I mean, their story, it was more or less to me. Let's bang this out. I just want to see let's see who's the strongest, who's the best wrestler. And Undertaker, every fight, he looks like he can't even be hurt because don't he spend half his time getting halfway hit and then he just grab you up by that throat. That's it. Like, all he does is look invincible. But that was the first time like they had like the double knockout moment, double clothesline moment. Like, man, that was a great match. But I think that was the most well-written Undertaker. And shout out to the Last Ride Undertaker.
American Badass.
I hated that. I hated it.
Yeah, the Last Ride American Badass. By the way, the Minister, shout out to him. You got the newer form Undertaker, the one that retired Shawn Michaels I talked about in the previous one. Then you had kind of the bald headed one after he lost to Brock Lesnar. He came back with the bald head, but kind of bald head like a mohawk, which was like a mix between old school Undertaker. And it's kind of the recent one too. It's still the same gimmick where he kind of the American Badass, but at the same time he the Dark Undertaker too.
He's still wearing baggy leather pants, so.
Yeah, it's like a mix. He mixed them both together. He still ride motorcycles and stuff, but he also does the darkness thing. But yeah, the Minister of Darkness, he was like, what was he? And then you know the song, the theme, he had that rock and roll style, then he just laugh in the background. And it goes so cool. He was like, and then he walked, he didn't even have all that stuff on, he just walked with the ring with just a look. Even though I gotta get the old school and take a credit. The lighting around him when he did stuff was so cool.
Oh yeah,
like when
he's the most well produced like WWE character of all time.
Yeah, I was watching the Thank You Taker thing, and they had a little purple light on the first Undertaker when he just did this actively. and he just like punched the dude, and his eyes just rolled the back of his head, and it's purple. And I'm like, that's so cool. Like that purple just come on straight, and he just like, and he will pale then too, because he had, I guess they put all that makeup on him. I'm like, that is so.
They spared no expense when it came to him showing up, because he used to show up like, because we'll be like, how did he get in the ring? Like, it wasn't that dark in there. Ain't nowhere that dark. But no, he pop up in the middle of the ring on you. They already got the smoke machine going. I mean, man, they spared no expense when it came to Undertaker.
They had, when he fought Randy Orton, they had him in the casket, and he got hit by lightning and flames coming out. And also he kicked the door open and walked out. I'm like, so y'all ain't playing no. That man kicked through a fiery burning, he's a fiery coffin. He had all kind of crazy matches.
Oh yeah.
He threw Mankind off the cage for the first time ever.
Off the cage. And like that pay-per-view in live, they sat and waited for Mick Foley to get off that ground for like 15 minutes in real time. Like, you would think that it was staged. We all out here as wrestling fans, like, hey, Mankind he might really be dead. And then he gets his butt up off that ground and goes to finish the match, man.
Oh yeah, they said.
Shout out to Undertaker for staying in character for that too, because he's like, I just threw this man off of this stage. Yeah. He kind of missed the table.
And it wasn't as produced, because that's the first time they ever did it. The only other time I got really scared for that is when the Undertaker fought Shane McMahon, and Shane jumped off the cage. But the difference is that cage Shane McMahon jumped off of was 30 feet. And the cage Mankind and them jumped off of like, what, 18, 20 feet? Jumping off 10 more feet, I don't care how prepared you are. If you miss in any way, I don't care how much padding on. 30 feet ain't no joke, my guy. They even lower the cage now. They like, yo, we ain't doing that no more.
Man.
Shane jumped off that cage like, are you okay? I think the Undertaker said he rolled out the way and asked him, are you good? He said, I ain't never did that stuff with Mick Foley. I couldn't even ask Mick Foley. He said, that man told me, I was like, are you good?
That was, when Shane did that, I was like, okay, I don't care how poorly written his character is. Shane O'Mac was the man that day. That was the boss getting out there and getting his hands dirty.
Bro,
you had to give him some love for that.
Bro, I walked out there and said, is he gonna be, don't do this. I don't care how much padding you got down there, my guy. 30 feet.
You jump in the water, that kind of hurt.
Bro, 30 feet is, your house ain't 30 feet, my guy. Unless you live in a mansion. Unless you live in a mansion, your house ain't 30 feet. Because I used to jump off my house too. It was fun. My house ain't 30 feet, my guy. And I don't got it ain't like a small roof, but it ain't 30 feet. 30 feet is a long way down.
Yeah.
My man just jumped and just laid it by there. I'm like, bro, you gonna look where you going? I guess you can't look because you laying on your head. Yo, shout out to them though. Shout out to wrestlers, bro. Y'all do some wild stuff just for people to entertain them. I respect it though. People like, it ain't no sport. I'm like, bro, if one wrong mistake in half these stunts, it might be game over.
We know what happened to Owen Hart.
Yeah, man, it might be game over. So shout out to them for trying to entertain people, put their body on the line. It ain't really their fault. They script is terrible half the time. It ain't really their fault, bro. Like, if I get a script 30 minutes before and it's trash, I can't really ask to change it. You know what I mean? Like,
you supposed to be Roy. Hey, that ain't your business, because you supposed to be roiding up anyway. You ain't got no business reading the script. You read the script right before they play your music.
But they don't really do that no more, because everybody's smiling wrestling now. I think they got past the gigantic people phase now. You still got a few of them, but I see a lot of Daniel Bryant's now. Since him and CM Punk came, you see a lot of regular people come since they got popular.
Well, now people that watch wrestling now, they watch it for how good of a wrestler are you. And it's that kind of class that's really the best, like, wrestlers. Like, you know, you get into the heavyweight, they not as technical. But you get into like them cruiserweights and, you know, the lightweight belt, they wrestle. They'll show you some good wrestling for sure.
Yeah, now it's more. It is a lot more wrestling than they like. A lot of people like, as Randy Orton them call it, flippity stuff. Where they just flip around and stuff. Like, I get it. I kind of like it too sometimes. But still, storyline wins, man. That's what you watch wrestling for. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen a suplex a million times. I've seen somebody jump off the lean back on the rope and do a clothesline. I've seen that a million times. I'll watch it for why are they fighting tonight?
Yeah, so
that's why I watch it. So you're absolutely right. It's the story is everything.
yeah, man. That's why Roman Reigns' story has been good, because some of the apparently they got more freedom to do what they want because Roman is there. So whoever you're in the storyline with is really having great storyline, no matter who it is later, and you care because I guess they say, hey, Roman said he wasn't coming back unless he could do what he want. Cause Roman been in, hey, from what I'm hearing, Hollywood calling him, and he said the only reason he back because they asked him to. So I'm guessing he got a little more freedom.
And Vince McMahon might open that checkbook for once.
Yeah,
because he saw how he lost The Rock.
Yeah, so, but
because The Rock probably was getting paid for that lead up to WrestleMania. Because what? He didn't wrestle nobody at all in the regular stuff. He just come out once every 4 shows and say something about somebody. And then he get paid for one show as much as he probably get paid to be contracted to work all year.
Oh yeah, John Cena on that level too. He do movies now. He don't wrestle. I ain't seen John Cena. John Cena came for 3 weeks.
I think he's done.
He came for 3 weeks.
He's done.
I think he said he probably done. He said he might come for, do that Undertaker treatment, come for WrestleMania, put somebody over, then go off, do his movie thing again. Which the people saying Vince McMahon don't want them to do that. But hey, man, if it bring more eyes when they come back, it bring more eyes to you.
Oh yeah, because we see a movie.
Yeah, when Batista come back, people watch. It's Batista. Guardians of the Galaxy, man.
Oh, he got a big crowd on that because he pulled in. Because most wrestling fans are probably already Marvel kind of fans, but not all Marvel fans are wrestling fans. So you say, oh, the dude from Guardian of the Galaxies, which is a great series of movies, is wrestling. Hey, what you gonna do while you waiting for the next Guardian of the Galaxy to come out? You gonna watch wrestling?
Yeah, I think he retired too. Though. I think he officially said he done. But he had that one match with Triple H. Tell me what I want. Give me what I want. Yo, that meme is hilarious. That's not what I want. Give me what I want.
I gotta check that out.
Yo, that meme, just look up Batista, give me what I want. Bro, he said it like for 10 minutes straight. Triple H said, what you want? Give me what, you know what I want. Give me what I want. Give it to me. You just spitting. Give it to me.
I'm gonna check that out. Yeah. I'm gonna check that out because I bet it's hilarious.
Yeah, because the match he wanted was if Triple H beats him or something, he retired. Well, they had a retirement match between him and Triple H. He wanted the last match with Triple H. Triple H won, so I think he said he was done. But he wanted that one last match with the guy who put him in wrestling, basically. And Triple H the one who put him on, so he got that last match. But yeah, man, Undertaker, legend. I know we kind of got off the Undertaker, but we still on him technically. We were just talking about storyline and how well written he was compared to what now.
Absolutely, for somebody that didn't talk very much, he was just written and produced well. He didn't have to do much.
He was his character, and he killed that character. By the way, he never got out of it. You could never feel.
Nope.
You never felt like, yo, this is a regular dude acting up. You're like, this man really believe.
Yeah. Like imagine seeing Undertaker in full Undertaker garb waiting to catch his flight to San Antonio for the next show. And I just feel like it wouldn't even be sitting first class. He'd be sitting next to you, just like a regular person. Like, and my first question I would ask him, I'm like, did you use money for this? Did you use money for this? I take it as you're the type of person that doesn't use money.
Yeah, he just had his hat on and everything. But yeah, man, I got the Ministry of Darkness, bro. That's when he did more stuff. The old Undertaker. The reason I couldn't give it to him because, like you said, he didn't really talk at all. And he,
shout out to Paul Bearer and the most clever name of all time, Paul Bearer.
yeah, you know he owned the real. It was his idea. He owned.
I bet it was.
He owned what's some things called? The funeral homes. He was like an Undertaker.
He was a real life one.
Yeah, so he owned one. So they hired him, and some reason he like, I don't know if they hired him because they were making Undertaker, or did he make the Undertaker name up? But he made it work because he did that for a living, so kind of easy.
There would be no Undertaker if it was not for Paul Bearer.
I agree, because he came
Paul
out
Bearer
for
had
Survivor
to bring
Series.
in Undertaker.
Yeah, he was in there for Survivor Series the first time the Undertaker showed up. Oh yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Walk around with the urn all the time.
Hey, in the middle of a match, when that urn came out, he held it up, and the Undertaker did that thing. You know he won the match every time.
Yep.
Every time he did that, I was like, oh, he won this match over. He didn't got his powers. That's what it was for too. He get his powers.
Yeah, he got his powers, man.
And he was unbeatable at that. That man just come out there with that right hand. By the way, nice fakest right hand acting I've seen. Them people from them Chuck Norris movies need to learn from that, because they look terrible. They look terrible in some of them old movies, bro. I'm like, Undertaker, like his right hand be hitting you for real.
Yeah.
You know who else? You know who else look like they hit you for real? Shane McMahon. You know why? Because they did something. People used to get mad because Shane used to hit him in the face for real. Chris Jericho got upset.
Yeah. Shane did not go through years of training to do this. His daddy seen that script at 7:30 and said, "Look, you about to fight, Dad. I'm still in my suit. You about to fight tonight. Matter of fact, you about to not only fight, you gonna start something with everybody, and you gonna get rock bottom. You ready?
And you gonna jump off top of a cage, man. You gotta respect it though, man. He jumped up. He still. I think he's the only person that ever jumped off the 30-foot. I think everybody else just go halfway up and jump. And they'll just knock them off.
Yeah, like the Hardy Boys and them climb the side and then elbow drop you.
Yeah, off the side. I think he the only one that went to the top of the 30-foot cage and jumped off. By the way, that Undertaker versus Mick Foley match, you can tell that cage that's the first time they ever did that match, because that cage like he was finna fall through.
I was like, at what point is he about to I mean, he choke slammed him through the cage onto some tacks.
Yeah, I think they said that one ain't supposed to. I think they said that one wasn't supposed to happen.
But it became iconic.
It did.
Now, when you play the game, you want to power bomb people through the cage. You want to throw them off, but hey, it's iconic in every game. You want to recreate that. They make that move so hard.
By the way, I gotta get one more shout out before we get out of here to the Undertaker, because literally, you made me buy every WWE game just to make an interest. I barely even play it. I just want to see. The reason I ain't bought the last two because they took all the entrance features away. So now you don't really make your interest no more like you used to. So I ain't even probably gonna buy. Well, I did buy WWE 2K20. I didn't buy 2K19 too. I bought 2K20 because it was $1.99. And I'm like, hey, it's a deal on Steam for my PC. So I'm like, it's lit, $1.99. It don't work, so I'm not. It crashed every time I play it.
Of course,
because for some reason 2K is getting terrible at making video games.
Yeah, they too busy. Now I ain't gonna get on them today. I'm not getting on them. Nope. I'll say that for another day.
Overtime next week. We talking about 2K, so be here.
Oh my! I got a whole. I'm mad at them.
So we're gonna talk.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, we might do that in the middle of the week. I don't know, depending on how much. But 2K, we gotta discuss 2K.
Count your days, 2K. Count your days.
I might have a whole PowerPoint on why I got a problem with 2K. Run it, 2K. But it's gonna start with Ronnie 2K. It starts there. Like he got anything to do with it. Period. He don't got nothing to do with 2K at all, other than just being quote unquote the face of it. Everybody blames him for everything, and I actually love that about the community. They hit him up on Twitter, bro. Like, why your game trash?
Hey, why don't you work on the servers? He's like, that's not even my job.
But hey,
I'm just supposed to announce when there's patches and stuff, and tell y'all that y'all ready for this new thing that y'all can, if y'all buy enough, y'all can finally get it.
but I need to get a hand on that new console because they said the mechanics of Madden and that 2K difference. I want to see if it's worth it or do I give up on these sports games.
Since it's Kobe edition, I gotta buy it.
By $99.
I bought 2K I bought 2K yesterday just so I could get a handle. But when I get my PlayStation 5, we moving on up.
Oh yeah, because they said they got new mechanics. You can control how the shot is and all kind of weird stuff. That's why they made the shot like that on the old consoles. But if you got one, tell us in the comments how it is. Tell us your favorite Undertaker.
Too, so let me know.
Yeah, tell us your favorite Undertaker. And remember to keep stomping. Unique goal. Any last word?
Can y'all see my eyes rolling in the back of my head? Because that used to be me when I was a little kid thinking I was being an Undertaker.
And remember, today, it took the Undertaker a while. He had many characters before. People don't realize it. You don't even remember. He had a lot of characters before. Kane did too. Fake Diesel. That's Kane. And remember, but today, just like the Undertaker, after a few years of being in wrestling, you can get that one moment, that one character that clicked. 30 years, legend. Something amazing can happen. Peace.